Hello everyone, happy Wednesday, happy scoping out. I'm so glad that you're here, my lovelies, because this is actually a second follow-up to a scope I did 2 weeks ago. So this is the third time we're talking about this topic, because apparently we need specific examples to fully get what we've been talking about. And what we've really been talking about is how to be the change you wish to see in the world, right? How do you, rather than police your thoughts, police your efforts, and make sure you go out there and do these good things, these good deeds, right? How do you be peace? How do you be joy? How do you be that happiness, collaborative, courteous, patient person that you wish you saw out in the world today? So we're going to get really specific. All this is an example. Someone who lives near me, very nice man, mid-50s maybe, has a story about how life is really hard. People are very self-serving, and everybody's kind of out to get you. Bad things always happen to him. Sound familiar? Do you know somebody like this? Are you somebody like this? It's okay. Because he has proof for this, right? This belief didn't come out of nowhere, right? This belief didn't come without evidence of these things happening to him, right? Okay, so first of all, we're validating that belief. We're not saying it's an incorrect belief. We're not saying he's a bad person for having that belief. And if you're one of these people, I'm not saying you're a bad person for seeing life this way. After all, it's just facts, right? I'm not an optimist or a pessimist. I'm a realist. This is the way things are. I'm giving you that. And it is. There are some people who are that way. There are circumstances that absolutely will corroborate your story. No one's going to argue that. And there's a whole mountain of evidence that says otherwise. There's a whole, see, my cats are playing. Sorry. There's a whole mountain of evidence saying that people are actually quite cooperative and patient and kind and collaborative. There's a whole nother pile of evidence for a story that might make you happy, that might make you respond differently to the world. Now, what happened to this man is his car was accidentally towed. So for a good chunk of the day, he thought his car was stolen. It's scary. Oh my gosh, and all the thoughts run through the brain, right? All of the now what's and the police report and the insurance, this and that, and all of these things, right? Very, very scary. Well, it turns out there's a teenager in the area whose car was supposed to be towed because it had broken down, and instead this man's car was towed. Once the mistake was figured out, the tow company brought the car back, of course, full apologies. So my brain goes to, oh my gosh, do you see that there are good people in the world? Yes, they made a mistake, but they could have, if they were self-serving, they could have dumped the car off and never admitted the mistake and just come and got in the other car, right? They didn't have to apologize. They didn't have to own up. They didn't have to even return the car. Is it the right thing to do? Yes. Oh, look, there's proof that people do the right thing. There's proof that people aren't out to get you. There's proof that the tide is changing, that your story gets to be different. Your story gets to be one of positivity and collaboration and cooperation and kindness, right? That's where my head was. I was excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be a game changer for him. This is going to totally change his attitude. I'm silly. I am an optimist, because where do you think his head went, right? This was further proof to him that he's right. And when I asked him how he sees it, well, I just want them to do right. I'm just tired of people feeding me a line of bull, right? So do you think that they had bad intention? Do you think they specifically set out to hurt you today? No, but this is bad business. Oh, so you want to help them be better business people by having this conversation with them and saying, hey, thanks for doing the right thing, and there might be a better way to make sure you're getting the right car, right? Oh, that would be, I get that. Well, no, I don't care about their business. Their business is their business to run. They should run it differently, and they absolutely should do this differently. Okay, so you don't care about their business. You know they're not out to hurt you. So what is the purpose? What is the intention behind this angry talk to them? What is your intention? I don't even know what you're talking about, intention. Okay? Again, I know I'm kind of like caricaturizing him, and I don't mean to, I'm not impugning his character. I'm not saying he's a bad person. This was proof in his mind. He needed to defend himself. Defend against what if it was just an innocent mistake? Right? Well, we need to make sure this doesn't happen to somebody else. Okay, that's great. There's a loving and kind way to help people do that. I imagine this is the first time this has happened. It was such an anomalous thing. It was the weirdest set of circumstances that made this happen. In all honesty, this was just crazy. Like, it shouldn't have happened. So no wonder it happens to the one person who expects bad things to happen, right? Listen, if you feel like life is beating you down, and you feel like life is beating you down because you have this mountain of evidence that shows you, some of that evidence might be completely legitimate. Somebody did have a bad intention. They did finger you, and they did say, you're going to be on the other end of my ire today. I don't care what the circumstances are, right? That does happen, absolutely. And people are fallible. As much as I own up to my mistakes. I don't give people a lineable. Okay, great. And even our own mistakes means somebody else pays the consequences for those mistakes. That's why we feel bad about it, right? That's why we say we're sorry. And if that person sees our sorry as a line of bull, there's nothing we can do about it. We screwed up. We are fallible. The people who make mistakes and we pay the consequences for it, they are fallible too. And whether or not we accept their apology, whether or not we move forward with loving intention or a fearful, angry intention. Remember, anger is a cover emotion. It covers betrayal, confusion, frustration, fear. Anger isn't anger. It covers stuff. It's always fear at the base. So love or fear, what is your intention? And if you're walking around with a story about life beating you down, and I always do the right thing, and nobody else ever does the right thing, if you're walking around with that story, that is the only thing you are going to see. I happen to know this man has a lot of really good people come out of the woodwork to help him. And what do I get when I talk about that? Yeah, but. Stop treating your positive proof as an exception to the rule, and start treating your positive proof as a new rule. And eventually, over time, you will begin to see things differently. And as you see things differently, you will build a new belief system. And as you build a new belief system, the people that actually are out to take advantage, let me tell you, they don't stick around. They don't have a home here. Because not only are you smart enough to watch them not take advantage of you, but you're smart enough not to resist that energy. You're just like, this person must be desperate and hurting and whatever else, and I don't need to give that my energy. And they don't stick around. Let me tell you, I don't have shysters in my life. I used to, absolutely. But the moment I started looking for proof of a story that life is for me, the hard and the easy is for me, the comfortable and the uncomfortable works to my advantage, the sooner I actually started making it work to my advantage. And not in a way that took anything from anybody else. And it doesn't mean I don't still have hardships. Life still happens. People are still fallible. Accidents still happen. Illness still happens. What has changed, though, is the way that I feel about it. And because the way I feel about it is positive and I can make use of these obstacles in my life, I no longer feel beat down by life. I feel emboldened by it. I feel strengthened by it. Does that mean I'm like, oh yeah, bring on the hardship? No, I don't like it any better than anybody else does. But I do know that when it comes, I am assigning it meaning. I am giving it meaning. Nothing else in my life is giving any of these things meaning except me. Do you understand? This is, when you hear happiness is an inside job, this is what they're talking about. And I went over my time frame. I got all excited, so I'm going to let this go. But let your homework be looking for the proof that life is for you, looking for the proof that hardships serve you, looking for the proof that people are patient and kind and helpful and they show up for you. And I guarantee you, when you start to look for it, you will find it, because everything you're looking for is going, there's a body of proof for it. And if you have a story that life is against you and life is hard, and it is more important to you to hold on to that story and keep proving to me and anybody else who's telling you it's any different, you are choosing to be right about your story instead of happy in life. That's okay. That's your choice. Be careful about how that makes you feel. And the moment you feel welled up with gratitude and love and compassion is the moment you know you are on the right track. That sense of freedom shows you that whatever intention you have set inside is opening you up to better and better things. So regardless of your outlook, if you're out there feeling like life is against you and it makes you feel free, if it does, you know you're on the right track. I don't mean righteous. I mean free, loving, open, welcoming, safe in this world, right? So that's how you know. And let me tell you, if you'd rather be right than happy, if you'd rather be right that life is hard than happy that life can be easy, then you are choosing, now that you know all of this, you are now choosing to not be the change you wish to see in the world. That's your choice. Let me know how it goes. Keep being posted on the blog or in the comments. Subscribe. Let me just let me know. Let me know. Love you. Goodbye, my lovelies. Good luck.